two things in the time we have left. I'd like you to speak out. What would you say to white people in America right now? And then what would you say to black people in America right now? How are we going to heal this thing?
How are we going to heal this thing?
And any other color in between. It applies to all of us.
Right.
We all have issues from time to time, right?
We do. Let me start with my people first. We have to be courageous enough to take the first step, to be active. We cannot wait on whites or brown folk to bring the solutions to the table that we need. We have to initiate, and that's just really talking about you really taking action. What can you do? I understand that there are systemic issues that we deal with, but I have to be able to take some of the solution God-led into my own hands and ask myself, what can I do? And so for me, that meant making a phone call. For me, that means taking the initiative and making meetings happen, planning events. So I always am asking myself, what can I do to be a part of the solution? And then I'm going to be real with you and say that not every other black person is going to like your perspective about reconciliation.
Wow.
Some black folks, and I'm black, so I'm talking about us. Some of us really are just tired. We're tired of talking about the issue. We're tired of being called to say, "Hey, what can I do to help?" And we just say, "You know what? Y'all take care of it. We're tired of this." But what I'm saying is, don't lose hope. Keep fighting. It's okay to be tired. Get moments to rest, but we have to be active. For whites, I would actually say, and brown folk, but specifically to whites, is that you have to be willing to empower black folks and give them a voice. Pastor Scott, you I don't think thought about it. This is just a part of you, who you are, and you asked me to do this, right? And so I think you serve as a model. If you have a platform as a white person, ask and seek God and pray for the type of black brother or sister who you know is not going to be controversial, right? Who loves Jesus and can speak to the issue for themselves. And so use the platforms that God has given you. Use the resources to really give people a platform that don't have it. But I would also say, don't be scared and don't be fearful. I really feel like the media, especially towards whites, wants them to be fearful of what can happen. Black folks are not trying to take over the nation. We're not trying to take charge and take over. We want peace. We want to live in harmony with y'all.
Yeah.
And so don't be scared of us. Don't be fearful. We're not going to hurt you. We want to be in this thing with you. And
they're just like all cultures, I mean, there's so many good people.
Yeah.
Right? There's just a small percentage in any group, like even could be in a police department or political or education. There's always some people that are, we'd say, bad apples. They got issues.
Right.
And it comes out with bad fruit.
Right.
But there's so many good people, and we got to see the positive in one another, right?
Come on.
One last thing, when he was mentioning this about peace, the Bible talks about when Jesus was sending out the disciples, that to look for a man of peace. I believe that's what you are. God's using you to make peace and to build bridges and reconcile, and reach out and bring understanding and healing. And he says the first thing you do, if God's sending you out on a mission for all the believers, look for peace. Look for a man of peace. Come up under that. There's an anointing there to begin to advance the kingdom when you find the man of peace. I found one right here.
Come on.